I have been on semen rotation for more than 40 days right now, and it has been an amazing journey. And I would like to share with you things that I'm going through in my journey so you can improve your journey and make sure that you succeed. First of all, the reason I'm doing semen rotation is to improve my life, fix damage that I had from porn, fix all of this stuff from the past that I had from this damage from this world, and second, to improve my life and business. And this video is going to be focused specific on this, on productivity, business results, and things like that. So I'm not going too much abroad in topics like getting a woman or things like that. I will make a specific video for that in the near future without wasting a lot of time. So let's get straight into it. I started doing semen rotation around February, around March, and I failed a lot in the beginning because I ended up becoming in the middle of a heartbreak. I could notice that even though I was failing, I was making progress because I used to see like 2 weeks clean, and then I had something that made me relapse, and then I could have like almost 3 weeks clean and then relapse. But these times that I had like longer streaks but relapse after were moments where I was making progress, because I wasn't just relapsing, I was relapsing, but each time I relapsed, each time I failed, I wasn't doing the same things for the past. So for example, I wasn't relapsing and binge watching the stuff from the past, or I wasn't relapsing and then accept and feel bad after it and do aka more sex, or trying to do more sex to just run away from this pain. So it has two things that you will have to battle for, that it's the sex battle, and you will have to battle for your porn addiction battle, and then it will be like these two kind of battles. So you need to be ready because it won't be easy. And therefore, just to remember to you that each time you fail, you need to make sure that you are making progress, and each time that you fail, you need to reduce the amount of time you relapse. In the beginning, when you relapse, you binge watch after you relapse, and then after a time when you relapse, you don't binge watch, you just relapse one time and then you move on to your life and you do things. And that's what made a difference in the beginning, because I was relapsing and I was getting back on track, and it was a lot harder to deal with this because I was in the middle of a heartbreak. So you know how things are when you're in the middle of a heartbreak, it's like fire, and especially when you are dating like a confused girl. But anyway, in June things started to get a little more better for me, because that was the time where I finally could do it for the last time and then be fun with it, be fun with myself again. And I've been for a month on this, and in the first 30 days, the thing that I noticed the most is a lot of energy. I started to feel a lot of energy into myself, like the way I put myself into the world, the way I presented myself into people, the way I presented myself into the things that I'm doing started to be different. In the beginning, you might not notice this at first, but over time, when you are in your third week, fourth week, you're gonna start feel like more energetic, you're gonna start feel more like confident and stuff. And I will say to you that this process will depend from person to person, and it will depend on the person that you are, the age, and all of these factors. I am a person who has like a really good a lot of energy in myself, and this energy started to get back to me again. So I felt like too much energy, that I couldn't handle it. Like it was too much energy for me, for myself, that there were times where I couldn't just do anything. I would just like look at the roof and do nothing, because I couldn't listen to music, I couldn't procrastinate, I couldn't just I would go to the gym and train, but I wouldn't feel like bored. I would feel like, what I'm gonna do? I feel like I have too much in myself. So the first thing that I noticed was this a lot and extreme energy in myself, and it was great. It was one of the things that I liked it the most, because I was the guy that had zero energy before. I remember when I was a kid, I had like a lot of energy, and since I started to get into this world of porn, of sex, like my energy started to diminish, and I started to feel like more less energized into social situations, into the world. This kind of like changed it. And the second thing that I noticed is that your confidence changes a lot. It's weird how porn or how sex addiction somehow affects your confidence, because it is a psychological effect. For example, I don't know if this is true, but this is what is my theory of it, because when you're looking something into your screen, or when you are having sexual relationship with girls that you don't see them as your future wife, or you don't like them the most, I don't think that that has a negative psychological effect on you, because it's like you are telling yourself that you're not good enough because you're not probably getting what you truly wanted. You are settled down, and the more you just give yourself these feelings, the more affects your confidence. I realized that recently, just I can just do anything and I can just do everything I want comfortably. I can even express my feelings comfortably, because I remember I was afraid even to talk with friends about my stuff, bro, like my closest friends. So I used to try to keep everything up for myself, like I feel a little bit of shame. But recently I can easily talk about my stuff with my friends, even the things that I'm mostly ashamed of. And if they laugh at me, I won't feel like depressed, bad, or something like that. I will analyze the guy like, okay, did he try to help? Did he try to do anything, or did he just try to laugh? I can now consider that, okay, if he did that and if he did that, like that means if my friend or he's not. Like I just analyze and I don't get like easily offended by things. So the second thing that I noticed the most is like really good confidence and really good ability to tell what I want, tell what I think it's true, and not be afraid of anyone, because I think I'm a bit of aggressive person. And that's the third thing that I noticed in myself. Like in myself, I noticed that I started to become more aggressive. Like when I mean more aggressive, I don't mean in a bad way, but yeah, sometimes in a bad way. And this is the warning that I want to give you, that if you do have some parts about you that are a little bit like toxic, like I would say, like if you're somehow an aggressive person like me, these traits will come back and these traits will be more and more noticeable. So I started to notice this more, that I became more aggressive. Like when something does happen, I'm not like a little bit shy. Like I used to be like shy when some situations happened, but right now I'm not like easily shy or easily like trying to avoid conflicts. I just become aggressive. Like I'm just like, I cannot just stand things anymore that I don't like or that I think are unfair. You see, I'm not that guy trying to run away from things always. Sometimes I do things out of respect and out of to avoid unnecessary conflict, because I just know that, okay, if I do something with this kind of person, even if I am doing, or if I'm being more aggressive, it won't change a thing. So I avoid things that I know that are a zero sum game, that doesn't have nothing to win. But yeah, I noticed that I am more aggressive. I've noticed that I can stand up from things that I want to defend, and I'm not easily afraid of stuff. So in the productive means, I realized that I am more focused and I am more inclined to do the work. And this is great, because in the past I used to procrastinate and I used to feel bad. And today when I procrastinate, most of the time it means that my direction is not aligned. And I can easily understand that when I'm procrastinating a lot. For example, there were weeks where I was procrastinating in June. I procrastinated a lot, and I easily could find the reason why am I procrastinating, and I started to work towards the reason I'm procrastinating. So when you are procrastinating, instead of in the past that you procrastinated, you feel lazy and then you procrastinate more, you procrastinate, you understand the reason that you procrastinate, and you work towards to fix that, because you have a lot of energy. So that what's happened to me. Like there are weeks where I procrastinated, and there are weeks where I just know the reason why I'm doing that. It's because of that XYZ, and then I try to chase and fix that procrastination. And the great thing is, you cannot procrastinate when you know the answer to your problems. At least that's what happened for me. Like I cannot procrastinate when I know what I have to do to fix this procrastination. It's a great thing to feel. It's a great thing to do. Like you see, it changed the whole thing in your brain. You don't become this lazy guy anymore. Like you just are trying more inclined to fix your stuff, to fix your life, to fix your problems. Talking about focus and things like that, I realized that I'm more driven, I'm more focused, I am more purposeful. And what I try to mean is, in the past, when I was so addicted into the world of lust, as I can say, I was easily distracted by things. I was easily distracted by the words. But right now, I'm not easily distracted. Like I'm more focused. I know clearly what I want in my head. And in the past, I used to feel, how can I say, undecisive. And right now, I don't feel a lot of this feeling of undecisive. I just feel like it lacks me knowledge from this kind of topic. It's just lack of knowledge. And my mindset frame of processing things change, because I feel more driven, like to do things, to achieve things. And I feel like what is holding me back and what do I have to fix. And I don't get distracted by guys saying that my thing is wrong or his thing is right. I just know what I want, and I work towards what I want without any kind of fear. And this is very great to feel. Like it is very good to feel. Like if you are doing semen retention, you will probably notice this kind of stuff. And then I have socialization at finish. I feel more and more easy at socializing with people. I feel more and more like I'm the guy that I considered myself introverted and weird in social situations. So I had this belief for a very long time, but somehow this kind of belief were tied to my porn addiction, to my lust. And since I started to fix these addictions, I started to find myself more more in social situations. Like I said, you will find more driven to solve problems. You will find yourself more obsessed into fixing your life, into fixing your problems, and to feel good, like doing the actual things that you truly want to feel good. So one of the things that I noticed I liked it was being social, was social areas of my life that I wanted to fix. And since I started this journey on semen retention, I realized I'm more inclined into fixing these social situations. So I started to make more friends. I started to go out more. Like I started to go to places that I never imagined I would be. I started to be with people that I never imagined I would be, because I used to see these people every day, but on the social defense, then I don't know if that's how I'm supposed to say, but I was playing defense when it becomes to being social. So right now I'm able to like talk with people freely. I'm able to connect with them easily, and it has been great thing, honestly, that I would recommend to everybody. My 30 days of semen retention were just these basic results, and I don't think these results are enough. And if you're on semen retention and you want a tip on feeling these productive tips, on feeling these transformation changes, on feeling all of this, the thing that I would say to you is give yourself time to fail, time to learn. And the biggest shift that you will make in your semen retention journey is decision. You need to make that decision. If you can make that decision clearly, for me, one of the factors that influenced the most my decision was my heartbreak. And I would say to you that if you are in a situation or you have a reason to get pissed off, I don't know what is happening in your life, it doesn't need to be breakup. If you can make that decision purely out of hate, out of something that you want to change, you are already halfway there. The rest is about time. And the other thing that I would say, just don't be counting your time, don't count your days, don't count your stuff, just enjoy the process, just enjoy the change, because this is really transformation and spiritual journey. Because I'm doing this for God also, I'm not doing this to get women or anything like that. I'm doing this for my religious side and my spiritual side. And the thing that I will say to you, it is give it some time, and it's worth it. It's really worth it. In these 30 days and these 40 days, I have seen more like of myself than I have seen in these 4 years since I turned like 15, 16, and it has been something crazy, amazing that I am loving. And I would recommend this to anyone who wants to change their life and fix their life. So give yourself some time, apply it, don't count the days, and wait. You will thank me later, bro.